Vegan. I feel like I've heard and seen this word everywhere now, from labels on food packaging to celebrities turning vegan to new food trends to that vegan teacher on TikTok. Over the past 8 years, there's been a 600% increase in the number of consumers who identify as plant-based. Lots of people convert to a vegan diet for health reasons, for protecting animal rights, and increasingly to reduce our environmental impact. Hearing about the good that a vegan diet can do for your body and also for the world, I want to be a good citizen. I always wanted to try out a vegan diet for myself. So, for a week in January, I went vegan. And this is how it went. Sunday, January 9th, 2022, and today is the first day of going vegan for an entire week. Currently 10:36 a.m. in the morning. This morning I just got a quick workout in. I actually installed a pull-up bar at my door. You can't really see it because it's outside the door, but I just did some pull-ups and then did a Caroline Gervin cardio workout. Now I'm very hungry. This morning I'm gonna make a classic that I make pretty often, which is protes, or protein oatmeal. Around a week ago I went to Target and I actually got this Vega vegan chocolate protein powder, which honestly tastes pretty good. I definitely need to get more vegan snacks and vegan protein sources, so this afternoon I'll be going to Target and Li Ming's to scout out for that. Yeah, let's make some protein oatmeal, and this is what I'm gonna have for breakfast. So to kick off the challenge, I started off with some breakfast of protes, which is literally oatmeal added with protein powder. This Vega protein powder is surprisingly not bad tasting, and it was a nice way to kick off the week. First meal to kick off this week. A great start to this week. We got some Brussels sprouts, we got some sweet potato salad, some pita, spicy hummus, as well as baba ganoush. So one good thing, and I think a little bit of an advantage I have for this challenge, is that Duke actually serves decent vegan food or plant-based options on campus. There's actually one entire stall called Sprout, which serves exclusively plant-based food, so this is where I got lunch here today from. One worry that I have with this challenge is that I'm not going to be full enough because I'm someone who eats quite a lot, so I think if I eat this much volume, it's definitely going to fill me up.
Breaking news got me breaking. I was present, homeless, praying.
First thing I got is some seaweed. I think this will be a good snack because I'm someone who likes to snack a lot, so I got a pack of 10 North Carolina purple yams. I love yams and sweet potatoes in general, and I'm thinking I could probably cook this in the microwave. I've done it before. I got some avocados. Got 2 of these for pretty cheap at Li Ming's. I got some tomatoes so I can cook with my tofu that I bought, or put on the avocado wrap or avocado toast. Some soy sauce, because that is the quintessential Asian seasoning. Chili garlic sauce. I have not tried it before, but it looks very promising. I think this is the same brand that makes sriracha, so I think this will be good to pair with tofu. Extra firm tofu that I can cook, as well as some normal firm tofu. I know tofu is a pretty good protein source. It has around 8 grams of protein per serving, so pretty decent. So that is my haul from Li Ming's. And then I got a few other snacks from Target. Got some of this Kashi Go keto and plant-based cereal. This Mission plant-powered protein wrap. Wrap alone has 7 grams of protein, so I'm definitely going to be using this up for lunches. Have some everything but the bagel seasoning because this is the best seasoning out there. Some creamy almond butter. Protein bars. This is from the brand One, but it's plant-based. 5 bananas. Berries because I love berries, so some blackberries, as well as some raspberries. So guys, that is the entire vegan grocery haul. Granted, I'm living in a dorm and I have a meal plan, so I can actually eat cooked food. I didn't buy that much, but I'm still gonna try to experiment and make vegan recipes. One thing I did notice that is that I think compared to meat, vegan groceries are definitely cheaper if you go to the right place. For example, I went to Lee Mang's, which has cheaper produce. Total of everything I bought today came down to under $50, which is pretty decent. So yeah, now the only thing is I need to acquire a pan, but other than that, I am very excited for this challenge. I got the California bowl and it looks pretty insane. So it's basically teriyaki tofu, a bunch of veggies that you choose, and then brown rice as well as a gochujang sauce. So guys, it is currently 9:55 p.m. and I am so tired. Don't know if it's because I've had a long day today or because I've eaten only vegan food today. My hypothesis is that I've just had a long day because I don't think the effective food would influence me that quickly. But anyways, tomorrow's a big day because the gym on campus finally opened, so I'm gonna get up early for that anyway, so I'm probably just gonna freshen up and get back to sleep, but I'm gonna head to the gym for my first gym workout in like over a week, so I'll check in with you guys to see how I feel. So to celebrate a killer workout, I decided to make a killer breakfast as well. I just used a protein wrap, some almond butter because I'm allergic to peanut butter, as well as a banana, wrapped it up and made some banana sushi. Feels like childhood, and I added some raspberries for some color as well as some health. Just came back from my gym workout first in a while and it was amazing. It felt so good to just be back in the gym. I did try to play it safe so it didn't go too heavy, but it was still nice to get some movement in. So today I just made some banana sushi with the side of raspberries. So yeah, honestly, this took like 5 minutes to make, so this is breakfast. So as I read online, an important thing with following a vegan or plant-based diet is getting enough of your vitamins in, because there are definitely some vitamins that are way harder to find in plant-based products, such as iron or vitamin B12. Since I'm only doing this challenge for a week, I don't think I will lack too much vitamins in those sense, but I'm going to take vitamins that I usually take that are also pretty suited for plant-based diets, I guess. So just vitamin C just for normal health, vitamin D, which is especially good during the winter seasons when you don't get as much sun, iron, which is found in a lot of like red meats, but also like spinach and other plant-based foods. I already take this usually because I'm lower in iron levels, especially as someone who works out a lot. Keeping up your iron levels is really important. So yeah, these are the daily vitamins that I take that are also good, I guess, for a plant-based diet. Prep some tofu and yams for the entire week. So first time actually cooking in this communal kitchen, so I guess that's an accomplishment. So meal prep time. It was super exciting to be able to cook in the Kohen kitchen for the first time. I really miss cooking, but I cooked up some tofu. So this is firm tofu, just so it just fries up and bakes up nicely. So I just drizzled on some soy sauce for some flavor and then sauteed it on this pan, flipping it over. I almost burned my hands, but it definitely came out very crispy and delicious. And then I prepped the yams. These were super hard to cut, but they're a very pretty color and they cook very nicely as well. I just put it in a pan literally with nothing on it and then added some water until it became soft and then just prepped that as well. Guys, I just finished cooking. I remember why I don't cook in college. That took like an hour. Pan-fried tofu, which looks amazing, as well as pan-fried yams. Took so long to cut, but it'll be the bulk of probably what I have for lunches this week, so yeah. So for lunch, I made a wrap using the ingredients that I just prepped, and it looks pretty amazing. Surprisingly very flavorful and hefty. I have a little something here. If you guys have the ingredients prepped beforehand, like the sweet potato and the tofu, this is super easy to make. It takes like less than 5 minutes. Definitely gonna be making this more. One plant protein bar. Let's try it. Honestly, it tastes like any other one bar. The flavor cinnamon flavor really comes through. So give it like a 7 out of 10. Pretty good. Back in the kitchen. The good thing about no one being here is that I have this entire kitchen to myself. The comm room is back there. Here's all the kitchen stuff, and then here are some tables, but no one is here, so I can talk to the camera. The instructions says just to lightly grease a pan with oil. I do not have oil, but I'm sure I'll be fine. It's over medium heat for 4 to 5 minutes until golden brown, so that's what I'm gonna do. So dinner tonight was some vegetable gyoza. So I feel like people think Asian food is like hard to be vegan, but there are actually a lot of vegan options out there, Asian vegan option out there. Also, this was super easy to make, literally just like 10 minutes in a pan, and it reminded me of home because I miss dumplings a lot. So I'm definitely gonna make this a lot more. I'm actually so proud of this. And it literally took like less than 10 minutes to make. Vegetable gyoza here, which are like pan-fried dumplings, as well as the tofu that I meal prepped earlier. That is a lifesaver, as well as some chili sauce and soy sauce. Yeah. The filling is like tofu and veggies. I think definitely the skin is not as good as a normal dumpling because it's frozen, but overall for like a vegetarian frozen dumpling, pretty good. So after finishing off my dinner, I decided to make this quick dessert. I made basically a chia pudding using chia seeds, protein powder, milk, as well as some oats, and microwaved it, and it came out pretty good. Love cooking up in the kitchen. Almost like a mousse. Pretty good for like an offhand creation. So day 3 started off with a bang. I did my first set of 2 pull-ups in a row on my pull-up bar, so that was definitely an accomplishment. And then I had pretty standard meals for the day. I made the banana sushi for breakfast. I found that it was super filling, so I like to make that. And then I used my meal prepped ingredients to make another wrap. Hey guys, so today is day 3 of eating vegan, and things are mostly going well. I have a lot of energy during the day. I have a lot of energy during my workouts, so good afternoon, guys. Welcome to day 4 of this vegan challenge. It's going pretty well so far. And today I'm gonna attempt to make some vegan pancakes. So I don't exactly have a recipe, but I do have these ingredients that I think will hopefully lead to like somewhat of a pancake or crepe structure. I've got some oats, almond milk, vegan protein powder, chia seeds, banana. To be my base ingredients, and then I want to top it off with some berries. So I got blueberries and raspberries. I'm gonna attempt to make these vegan pancakes. So to start off, I made a chia egg using a tablespoon of chia seeds as well as around 3 tablespoons of almond milk, and let it sit until it became a little thick and like an egg. And then I mashed in a banana for some flavor as well as texture, and binding it together. Then I mixed in some protein powder as well as oats to make more of a pancake batter like thing. Added in some blueberries because I love blueberries in my pancakes, and mixed all of that up. And then I went to the stove and then heated up my pan until medium-high heat and tried to make as round of circles as I could. I always realized that my first batch of pancakes don't turn out that well, but these are pretty good. I flipped them. Definitely doesn't look like normal pancakes, but it tastes really good. So I dressed it up with some more fruit as well as a drizzle of peanut butter because it looks pretty and tastes good. So we have finished making the vegan pancakes. This might not be the best presentations of pancakes I've made thus far, but for a no recipe, fully vegan pancake, I would say smells and looks pretty decent. You know, I tried to dress it up a little bit. Top the pancakes off with some almond butter, some bananas, some raspberries, as well as blueberries for some colors, as well as vitamins. So yeah, let's give it a taste test. That is really, really good. Crispy on the outside, but still like soft and a little gooey on the inside, which is great because for vegan pancakes, even if it's raw, that means you can eat it. So the flavor combination of the banana and the chocolate is always a killer combo. And that just goes to show you can make a lot of creative, interesting, and flavorful recipes, I guess, with just vegan food. Guys, I am so excited because today I got Indian food from Tandoor. So I got the vegetarian platters so you can choose like 3 vegetarian dishes, most of which were vegan. So I got the chana masala, which are chickpeas, some cabbage, as well as some dal. And it's so interesting because there are a lot of cuisines around the world which have a ton of vegetarian options, for example, Indian food. So yeah. Oh wow, definitely gonna have to get this more.
We're out in public. We'll just whip your camera out in front of.
So TBH, I did not film as much in the last few days because I mostly ate the same types of foods, but I wasn't really mad about it. I feel like these foods gave me energy, they tasted good to me, they kept me feeling full, and that was really surprising to me, especially because I thought on a vegan diet I would be eating constantly. So it was super nice to just get nutritious filling meals in. I also was able to go to Nasher as well as go to Woo to get a lot of nice diverse options. Good stuff. So really good way.
I'm not on his newsletter.
Today is Saturday, January 16th, and it's been maybe around 2 days since I went completely vegan for an entire week. I feel like this experience was really transformative for me. I've always been someone who's been interested in eating more plant-based. I even interned at a company last summer that was very sustainability oriented and kind of advocates for plant-based eating. Definitely been surrounded by people who have a plant-based diet, and I was seeing if I could do one for myself. I wanted to challenge myself to see if 1, I could eat plant-based for a week, and 2, to just see how I would feel, how I would react to this new plant-based diet. So there are a lot of takeaways that I have from this challenge. Number 1 is that I found that actually eating plant-based is a lot more accessible and a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. I think definitely a big part of that is that on Duke's campus alone, we have a lot of food stalls that actually offer plant-based options. It's easy to mix and match and kind of cater to your dietary. That was definitely a plus in this challenge, and having access to a dining hall that kind of served these plant-based options was definitely really important for me. I think there are a lot more non-plant-based options than plant-based options, so I would love to see Duke incorporate more plant-based options in their food menus, but I think for someone who did this challenge for a week, I was able to eat a variety of different foods from a lot of different cuisines from the stalls here at Duke's campus. So another thing is that when I was buying groceries, I found that I was able to find a lot of plant-based alternatives. There are a lot of plant-based options on the market right now, whether that be vegan cheese, vegan yogurt, plant-based milk such as oat milk, almond milk, chia wraps, for example, that were plant-powered and higher in protein. I think the market for plant-based foods out there is definitely growing, and that businesses are conscious of this shift towards maybe a more sustainable way of eating. I think that was a huge plus, just seeing that there are so many plant-based alternatives out there that I could use. So for example, next time instead of going to buy a tortilla wrap, I can buy a plant-based tortilla wrap, and just making those little changes I think was really important to see. The second thing I noticed is that I actually cooked a lot more and snacked a lot less. I actually love cooking, but in college I barely cooked, but throughout this challenge I wanted to challenge myself to see what other plant-based food options there are out there, and actually started cooking a lot more. I think just cooking was very therapeutic for me, and also eat healthier just because I knew what was going into my food. It was just a good experience. So I'm definitely going to try to cook a lot more here on campus. I also noticed that I snacked a lot less. I think this could be due to a lot of reasons. One is that I didn't buy too many plant-based snacks just because I knew it was a week of challenges, but because of that, I didn't have the urge to go into my drawer and just grab a snack. I think that snacking for me is actually more of a habit than actually a hunger cue, so I think respecting my hunger cues more and knowing when I actually want to eat versus when I'm just eating because I'm bored was really interesting. I don't think this has to do too much with eating plant-based or not, but it was definitely a very interesting habitual change that I realized. I think one of the biggest worries I had with this challenge is that I wouldn't feel full or satiated enough. Because of that, I wouldn't have enough energy throughout the days. Throughout this entire challenge, I think every single day I felt very full of energy. Not only that, I think my energy levels were very constant throughout the day. I think the biggest key for me for maintaining enough energy was that I really focused on eating balanced meals, so still getting that combination of carbs, proteins, and fats in my meals, as well as eating enough. Maybe the reason why some people might not feel enough energy on a plant-based diet is that they're just not eating enough. Sometimes you might have to eat more volume or more times throughout the day to keep that same amount of energy. But I found that when I focused on eating enough and eating balanced meals, I had very good energy throughout my days. Physically, I didn't notice too much of a change in my body. I actually felt more toned, which was super surprising. I think this was definitely a combination of both working out because the gyms opened up, as well as just eating healthier in general, eating less junk, snacking less. I felt physically lighter, even though I wasn't actually lighter. I don't know if that makes sense. Of course, I definitely want to put a huge disclaimer that this was a 7-day challenge, and I think 7 days is not really enough to see the long-term effects of this. And I also didn't do any actual scientific measurement. And a lot of this is just my own discretion and based on what I felt. But ultimately, I think the biggest takeaway from this is to listen to your body. I think everyone's body tells them what they need. Throughout this entire 7 days, I don't even think I had one day where I craved meat, which was super, super interesting, which might be a signal that my body is actually pretty well adapted to more of a plant-based diet and doesn't need as much meat in general. Ultimate question, will I go vegan? Probably not. I'm someone who, if I commit to something, I want to go full force on it, and feel like it would be hard for me to commit to just jumping straight into an entirely plant-based diet. That being said, I definitely want to try out incorporating more plant-based meals in my diet, whether that be having at least 2 meals a day being plant-based, or eating plant-based every other day, or even just finding alternatives for foods. Overall, I just want to incorporate a lot more plant-based foods in my diet because I feel like personally I feel good, and of course it is doing a lot of good for the environment. So this was definitely a very fun and fulfilling challenge to take on. I think that throughout this entire week I was able to just try a lot of new foods, cook a lot more, and just try something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. So if you enjoyed this video or liked this challenge, please leave a like, comment, and even subscribe. That would mean the world to me. And drop down in the comment below what challenge you guys want me to try next. There are a few very, very fun videos coming out, fun social challenges, and just a lot of cool, interesting content coming your way. But with that, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Remember to stay safe, stay healthy, shine on, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Down, yeah. I've been feeling so